Hey everyone, it is Julie here with TipRanks. Ahead of OPEC's meeting on Monday, we're taking a look at Wall Street's favorite oil stocks, so let's jump right in. Alright guys, welcome back and thank you all so much for being here. Today we're looking at a few of Wall Street analysts' favorite oil stocks ahead of the OPEC meeting on Monday. Now, oil prices have been falling over the last few months. From highs of around $120 back in June, they're now down in the $87 price range. One of the factors behind oil's recent moves lower is the resurgence of COVID-19 and lockdown measures over in China, which have sparked concerns over weakening oil demand. But oil prices are on the rise today as investors await the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, or OPEC, to meet on Monday. It is expected that OPEC will discuss output cuts at their meeting. Saudi Arabia has raised the possibility of cutting output to prop up prices after they fell back to levels similar to that before Russia invaded Ukraine. One investment manager, Louis Navalier, thinks that the big drop in crude prices this week is largely seasonal and based on recession fears emanating from Asia and Europe. The recent drop in oil prices is unlikely to stop energy stocks being the ones to watch when earnings come around. So with all of this buzz surrounding the oil industry, we're taking a look at a few oil companies that analysts have some pretty bullish outlooks for. First up is EOG Resources. Their stock trades under the ticker EOG, priced at about $122 per share. They're up nearly 3.5% today. EOG is focused on being among the lowest cost, highest return, and lowest emissions producers. They're one of the largest crude oil and natural gas exploration and production companies in the United States. In their latest earnings report, the company generated $1.3 billion in free cash flow. They had an adjusted net income of $1.6 billion and $2.74 in adjusted earnings per share. EOG Resources is a dividend-paying company, and along with their last earnings, they declared a special dividend. That special dividend is $1.50, and it will be paid on September 29th to shareholders of record as of September 14th. Of course, this special dividend is on top of their regular dividend, where they're committed to returning cash to shareholders. Their stock currently has 14 analyst ratings, coming in as a strong buy based on 11 buys and 3 holds. The average price target comes in at $150, which would be an upside of 22% for this next year. Looking at the most recent ratings in our detailed list of analyst forecasts, on the low end we do have a buy rating with an upside of nearly 6%, whereas on the high end we have a price target of $175, which would be upside of over 42%. The second oil company we're taking a look at today is ExxonMobil. Their stock trades under the ticker XOM. They're up 2.5% today, sitting above $96 per share. ExxonMobil is one of the world's largest publicly traded energy providers and chemical manufacturers. They develop and apply next-generation technologies to help safely and responsibly meet the world's growing needs for energy. In their most recent earnings report, they had earnings per share of $4.14, over 30 cents higher than analyst estimates. They reported revenue of $115.7 billion, which was up over 70% year over year. They had $17.9 billion in earnings and $7.6 billion in shareholder distributions, including $3.7 billion in dividends. So yes, we have another dividend-paying company. Exxon pays an 88-cent dividend on a quarterly basis for a dividend yield of 3.67%. That payment will be coming out on September 9th. In their last earnings, they said that tight global markets drove higher prices and improved margins, but that the industry investment is not keeping up with recovering demand. So Exxon is leading the pack in oil and gas investment. They invested more than twice their upstream earnings to develop oil and gas resources. It's also worth noting that they had a sizable insider purchase this past month, with their director, Jeffrey Ubben, purchasing over $88 million worth of their shares. The ExxonMobil stock is also rated a strong buy. They have 12 analyst ratings with 10 buys and 2 holds. Their average price target comes in at $112, which would be an upside of over 16%. Looking at the most recent analyst ratings, we do have one hold rating from last month with a downside of over 7%, and then a couple ratings with a $125 price target, which would be an upside of nearly 30%. And the third oil company that we're taking a look at today is Schlumberger. They trade under the ticker SLB, up over 3.8% today, sitting at $38 per share. Schlumberger has over 82,000 employees. They operate across over 120 countries with over 90 different technology centers. Schlumberger is the world's largest offshore drilling company and is the biggest offshore drilling contractor in terms of revenue in the world. Their most recent earnings report, they had revenue of $6.8 billion, which increased 20% year over year, while their earnings per share of 67 cents increased 123% year over year. They had cash flow from operations of $408 million, and they upgraded their full-year revenue outlook to be at least $27 billion. And of course, Schlumberger also pays a dividend. They have a quarterly dividend of 17 cents per share. Coming in at a dividend yield of 1.44%, their next ex-dividend date is coming up on September 6th for payment on October 13th. With 11 unanimous buy ratings, the Schlumberger stock does come in as a strong buy. And they have the most bullish price target of all, coming in above $50 per share. It would be an upside of nearly 33%. The lowest rating is a buy rating from 2 months ago with an upside of 12%, whereas the rest of the buy ratings all range from 27 to 59% upside. So there we have 3 strong buy oil stocks to keep an eye on ahead of the OPEC meeting on Monday. Of course, there are a lot of great oil and gas companies out there, so make sure you let me know your favorites in the comments down below and what you're expecting to happen to oil prices following the meeting next week. Please keep in mind these videos are never a suggestion to buy or sell any specific stock and are just meant for information and entertainment purposes. Please make sure you're always doing your own research and due diligence before making any investment decision. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you back here next time.